Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Morrowind. Well, last time, we completed the first trial of the skull, and today, we're cracking straight on with number 2, because, apparently, we've got a crime to investigate. So okay, Engar Icemane is the accused, meanwhile, yes, the victim is a Rigmor Halfhand, who claims he's been robbed by Engar. But it sounds to me like, yes, this might be a bit more complicated than just figuring out what happened. The implication was, it's not just about whether he did it, it's also about what the appropriate punishment would be. So, okay, let's have a poke around and see what we can figure out about both of these individuals. So here we go, random person just out in the town square here claims that Engar, the accused, is a valiant warrior and no thief. Any of the skull will tell you that. Anyone who says different is a liar. He's always proven to be brave and true. It's impossible to imagine he would be capable of this crime. So, a lot of people immediately don't believe he'd have done it. And, potentially, even if he did, yeah, should that be considered a mitigating factor when we decide the punishment, if he's been a good member of society for many years? And on the other hand, Rigmor Halfhand. A clever one, wise and crafty, but perhaps for that reason, he's not well liked. Still, he is of the skull and we must take his accusation seriously, so, okay. On the other hand, yeah, some people here might be treating this as a bit of a popularity contest. They like Engar because he's a good warrior in a warrior society, and they don't like Rigmor because he's not such a warrior, he's more of a thinker, and that maybe isn't so valued locally, so, okay. It's possible, yes, we may want to take statements about their character with a pinch of salt. Oh, and speak of the devil, right, Engar's standing right here as well, so, you sir, let's figure out what's going on here. In particular, yes, you're Engar Icemane, lovely. Let's talk about this here crime. Know what I'm accused of, and I know it's a lie. I have no need of the furs of Rigmor Halfhand. I'm a skull warrior. My honour, and the honour of the skull, are my life. But I will bear this injustice as any warrior should, with dignity. So, okay. Do you and a Rigmor have history or something? I had no quarrel with him until this day. I thought him a friend to my family, and to my wife, Arisi especially. While I was on the hunt, he was known to keep counsel with her and others who remained in the village. And now this from him and, oh dear. Why do I suddenly get the feeling Rigmor and Risi might have, yes, planned this together so that him and Risi could get together once Engar was dead? She's my wife, a wise and beautiful woman. Her life is not an easy one, as I'm often gone for weeks on a hunt, but she is strong, and our children will be fine warriors, so, okay. I suspect we might want to go and speak to Risi. And yes, just picking a person at random here, nothing special about Risi Icemane, they're just echoing what he was already saying. Good woman, a wife of Engar, but yes, does end up left alone for weeks on end when he goes off hunting. Oh, and here we go. While I was looking around, I ran into Ingmar, the chap who I helped out back in the day, so, hello there, Arya, good to see you again. Welcome to my home, I was hoping you'd stop by. I have something for you in honour of my defeat of the Draugr. My fellow skull presented me with a belt of orc strength, so I want you to have it, and, you know what, that's very appropriate. I'm an orc, you're not. That belt does feel like it belongs to me. Oh, and here we go. Because Ingmar likes me a bit more, he's maybe willing to open up a bit. He doesn't really like Rigmor or Risi. Something not quite right about Rigmor. He spends too much time at Icemane's home while Engar's on a hunt. And Risi spends too much time with Halfhand, so, okay. I feel like, yes, there's been an affair that Rigmor's now planning to convert into a marriage by disposing of Engar. Though I'm gonna be honest, that belt is a tiny bit underwhelming. Yeah, fortified strength anywhere between 5 and 20. Not really that great. Okay, step the next. We need to track down Mr. Halfhand, so, okay, my friend, let's have a chat to you, because I suspect you're a bit on the dodgy side. So, okay, understand you're investigating the theft, A terrible thing. You were sent to investigate a crime. What can I do for you? Well, step 1, we're going to admire and or bribe you a bit and... okay, this guy's a little bit difficult to bribe by the looks of it, and... okay, maybe stop trying to bribe him. And right, even when this guy doesn't like me, he's still pretty much willing to spill the beans. Engar's a valuable member of the Scala, but he's not a caring man. He leaves his lovely wife for weeks at a time while on the hunt. He probably stole my furs because he wasn't able to provide enough for his family. Such a sad story. So okay, let's talk about Reese Icemane, a beautiful woman deserving of a better man than her husband. Oh, you're not even trying to hide this, gotcha! So okay, time to have a bit of a poke around. There might be some, incriminating evidence dotted about. Okay, I'm not seeing anything in here, and honestly, there's not many places to hide it. Hang on, there's something under the bed, but that's just a fortify health potion. Yeah. Let's move on to, yes, the other household, where Reese currently lives. Here we go, the Icemane hut, and... okay. Nice big hut, in fact, quite a bit larger than his, so, possibly, he was after this hut too. Reese, let's me and you have a nice chat. And here's interesting, she's not got anything, suspicious to say about her husband. As far as she's concerned, he definitely didn't do it, so that would suggest she maybe wasn't in on this crime. And as for Rigmor, he'd been a good friend to me until this accusation. We spent some time together, but now he's decided to ruin my family, so, okay. It's possible that Rigmor's more into Reese than Reese's into Rigmor. Like, maybe they had a bit of a thing, but for him, yes, he wants to turn it into a full-blown marriage or whatnot. She was just hanging out with him because she was a bit lonely. It's hard to say, so, okay. Once again, have a poke around, see what we can find. Oh, hang on. There's a letter from a Rigmor to Reese right here under the pillow. Dearest Reese, why will you not see me? You know how I feel, and I know you feel the same about me. Please, simply consent to speak with me. Just a word, a moment with you would ease my soul. If I cannot be with you, I'll have to resort to something drastic. But please consider your feelings. Your husband is a lout, away for weeks at a time, with no consideration for your needs. I've always been there for you, and I always will be. We should be together, dear Reese. Okay, I feel like Reese may be innocent in all of this. She just, wanted a friend to stave off loneliness. It was that guy who's decided that meant something more, even if that wasn't what she wanted at all. So, okay. The mention of something drastic could mean this counts as evidence against this guy. And oh dear, that's not quite it. You found the letter. It's true that Rigmor and I had a brief affair, but that has ended. He refuses to let me go, though I fear that he's caused this trouble just to get rid of Engar, so... oh dear. I was completely ready to, claim that you were an innocent wronged party, but it turns out you've been a bit dodgy as well, Reese. And okay, back to Rigmor to confront him with the letter. So you found it? This is an outrage. I only wanted the woman. Why did that fool have to choose the wolves? He could have simply left, and she and I could have been together forever. I know my crime, and I know you must tell Halfhand. Let's go tell him I will accept my fate. So, okay. He's not going to lie anymore. He accepts that, yes, he set up the theft. So, bare minimum, I don't need to, find a way to prove that. So, Thurston, I have got some excellent news for you. Halfhand invented this tale of theft. Over a woman, by the Allmaker, this will not go unpunished. By Skull tradition, making a false accusation carries the same penalty as the crime that is claimed. In this case, either exile or death by sacrifice to the wolves. The verdict is yours to decide, so... okay. There's exile, where he just leaves and can never return, but by the looks of it, yeah, various people do just find their own way out in the wilderness, like I've run into various people living in small caves and whatnot. And yes, the wolves that were just mentioned, that's basically choosing a death, and a more honourable death in fact. The Cairnlorn, ceremonial wolves of the tribe, will be summoned by the shaman, and Halfhand will be fed to them. In that way, his spirit will be purified and reborn, maybe to a better life than the one he has chosen to throw away. It's up to you. The verdict is yours to decide, so... Okay. I mean, I was about to say, death by wolves is a little bit of an extreme punishment for, you know, faking a theft, but then again, functionally, that's attempted murder, because what he was trying to do was get someone else killed. So okay. I feel like exile is, you know, the merciful option, but possibly in this society, that's not the case. Like, culturally, they consider the wolves a good ending, like an honourable good death or something, so... Okay. Not 100% sure. Like, ooh. Probably should have asked him what he'd prefer, actually. Then again, he'd probably just say it was up to me, given I think that's what he said previously. Okay. I'm going to say exile. Because then maybe we can run into him down the line and see how he feels about it, whether he yells at me because he wants to be fed to the wolves, and if he does, then I could just, like, kill him then. So he'll end up dead regardless, that's fine. I choose exile, sure. So he may never return to the Skull Village, but he should be dead to the Skull forever. It's a cruel choice you've made, Arya. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I was trying to be, like, kind and merciful, not cruel, but... Right, I think me and the Skull are maybe thinking at cross purposes here. And as my reward, I get a token. It's unlikely, but maybe you too can be more like the wolves we revere. So, right, the Helm of the Wolf's Heart. So that's a helmet, light armor rating only 28, and constant effect which is good, a double effect which is good, but yeah, it's only agility and sneak up by 5 points each. Given I'm already wearing a helmet that gives me 8 times that much agility, yeah, I don't think we're going to be changing over. So, despite the fact apparently I just made a cruel choice that maybe this guy wouldn't have made, he does still consider that I've demonstrated my wisdom. So that's the second trial passed, meaning now there's one more. I need to prove my strength as a warrior. I need you to travel to the lake. I'll mark it on your map. Seek out Corster Windeye, who has travelled there already. He'll give you further instructions. Look for him on the northern shore. So, okay, the lake is, yeah, pretty much just down the hill from your village. That's barely round the corner. Though, slight issue, which is, okay, I've been given too much good stuff by these guys recently. Now I'm suddenly over-encumbered. Which is, I'll admit, largely due to, yes, this gigantic mace that I've been given, because seriously, 90 bloody weight for a one-handed weapon, that is ludicrous. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab Bloodskull right now, and then we'll Divine Intervention back to the force. Because I feel like sooner or later, someone's gonna be asking after Bloodskull, so we'll leave that right here inside the DLC. And then I was about to say, yeah, let's recall back home and drop some more stuff off there, though, honestly, there's not much to drop off, actually. I mean, there's the helmet, that only weighs like 2. We've got some spare ebony greaves, those we can just dump on the ground, they're actually quite heavy. We'll leave the hat as well. Okay, bare minimum, that gets us a tiny bit of weight back, though, yeah, really not much, actually. Okay, I've cleared out enough stuff to get myself 50 points of weight back, but yeah. If anyone else has got an amazing, say, super shield that's going to weigh an extra £100, we could be in trouble, actually. Still, the point is, this stuff's sitting here, next to the chapel, so if I ever wanted again, I could just Divine Intervention back here, and there it is, sitting on the ground right where I land. Oh, and blimey. Let me just quickly make my way back up north here. So, the frozen lake would appear to be on fire. Which definitely feels like that's just a bit wrong. Like, Frozen Lake shouldn't be on fire. That's like the one thing they shouldn't be. So, okay. They did say the guy was going to be up on the northern shore. So just loop around the hawkers and don't worry about any of that. And mosey in this direction. Yeah, let's have a chat to him to try and figure out what the cock's going on here precisely. And okay, it would appear that the Skull are just as confused as me. These are strange times, my friend. I'm unsure what magic is being worked to cause such a disturbance on the lake. So, is there anything you can tell me? Fire from water, flame through ice. Strange indeed. Halfhand believes a Draugr Lord who lives beneath the lake is the source of this, but I'm not certain. I fear this could be a sign of the Blood Moon prophecy, though I pray to the Allmaker this is not so. Okay, I feel like you might be right, because this expansion's called Blood Moon, so it feels like, that might be in some way connected to a really weird, strange thing that's happening just when I'm passing by. An ancient prophecy, and one I hope is but a myth. It tells of a time when the moon above will turn blood red, and the wolves that walk like men will walk the land. The prophecy tells of other signs that precede the blood moon, but they're not easily interpreted. Let us speak about this at another time. For now, you must prove your strength, so, okay. I feel like, yes, investigating the other signs, that might be what we're doing once I get properly integrated into this society, so, right. Need to survive in the harshest of conditions. Beneath that lake, there's a series of ice caves. In one of these caves, you'll find Icelip, a Draugr Lord. Halfhand believes he's the one responsible, so, okay. Did see, just behind you, there are gaps in the ice. So presumably, I've got to swim under the ice in order to get to the caves. So water breathing's probably necessary. Oh, and apparently, yes, if you ask after Reese, she's guilty of poor judgment, but she won't be punished. I believe she'll punish herself for this for the rest of her days, so, okay. Honestly, in a society where apparently they just feed people to the wolves and consider that to be the merciful option, you got off bloody lightly there, Reese. So okay, step one, wait till morning so I can see what's going on a little bit better here. And see if, yes, we can just mosey up to the flames, go in that way, though. I suspect we can't just dive in here, can we? I suspect this is good to go very badly wrong. You know what? I'm just going to go in a different hole. There's a nice hole right here, so okay. There's the flames. Right there, John. Do not forget, water breathing. But yeah, if we're underneath the flames here, presumably this mound will be, like the entry point to something down below. So here we go. Into the caves of Fjalding, though. Okay, there's stuff in the caves of Fjalding, but oh yeah, my new mace can flipping 3-shot Draugr. I mean, that's a big step up from what I had previously. Beautiful. And probably best, given there's a few lights about, we just follow the torches, see what we can find down below, though it feels like, yes, many dungeons in Blood Moon, for whatever reason, yes, are like, little mazes with treasure chests in the dead ends, because this just keeps happening over and over again. Still, to me, the smart money would be go down. Obviously, if we just keep going downwards, we'll probably get to the end sooner or later. And here's interesting. Way down bottom here, we've got... Never mind. I was about to, attack this guy, and then talk about how there was a camper down here. But then the Draugr Lord started speaking to me. So right, possibly a high-ranking Draugr are a bit more chatty than their basic cousins, though possibly every Draugr is intelligent, just normally they don't bother speaking to me. They just prefer to attack me because I'm invading their tombs or whatnot, but... Okay. This one, apparently, wants to have a chat. I might kill you where you stand, a way to try and keep me from my task. But there are more dangerous things in these caves than this poor soul. So, okay. What on earth is going on here precisely? The Draugr you met are not my kin. Mindless creatures driven only by desire for living flesh. So, okay, most Draugr are just super zombies. This one apparently is not. I was once a mage of the people who call themselves the Skull. I was powerful beyond their reckoning, but I strayed, delved into the black arts and became learned in the ways of necromancy. When this was discovered, I was cast out by my people. Alone, I wandered to this place, so... right, this might be, the same journey that, yes, that guy down the well was on before we put him on a better path. I continued to learn what I could of the ways of the living flesh, and the energies that animate. I became a summoner, and communicated with Daedra. It was then I learned of their plan to destroy my people. A group of Frost Daedra have taken up residence deep in the bowels of this island. I thought at first it was my doing, that I'd somehow summon these fiends, but they were beyond my abilities. I learned that they were to wipe this island clean of life, slaughter my people, and all we held dear. I knew I must act. I tried to warn my people, but I was an empty voice to them, as though I were dead. So I used my magic to erect a barrier deep in this ice, strong enough to contain these Daedra and keep them from overrunning the island. The barrier held, for years I maintained it. But I grew older, and I knew my death would mean the death of all life on Saltzheim, so, right. You deliberately became a Draugr, so you could keep the barrier up for like a centuries into the future. So okay, officially what the people up in the village want me to do, is kill you. But you're saying that would be a very, very bad idea indeed, and instead, we should fight together to vanquish these creatures once and for all. You know what? Sure, we'll do that, and yes, if need be, we'll just lie to the chief up above because he won't know. But okay, if we're going up against Frost Atronachs or whatnot, that means they're going to be tossing magic at me. So let's go over to, yes, magic resistance, because, oh, you know what? I'm down in a cave right now. This is the perfect flipping time to put on the nice evil robe and thus award to myself an extra 700 odd mana. Cause yeah, we could just toss Greater Fireball or Ember Storm at those guys in order to finish them off. I'm assuming ice creatures are vulnerable to fire. Just try and be careful not to catch him in the flames because, yeah, he might not appreciate that potentially and, you genuinely my temporary companion. Oh, that's lovely, actually. Right, so if we're going down and he's behind me, that suggests, there we go, just put some stuff on you, and presumably, there's basically nothing you can do to me. If he tries to attack me, it's not gonna... Oh! I appear to be taking damage. John, you're taking damage from your own Ember Storm because you were standing in the blast radius, you caulking idiots. Right, maybe just take out this first one with a little bit of, yes, whacking right there. The ice magic's not going to do much, but that's fine. Okay, standard fireball on you. No, don't run in the way when I'm casting a fireball. So, okay, just take out you, my friend. Okay, looks to me like we can actually cut through these guys pretty bloody easily, actually. Oh, yeah. Now it's their ice magic. It's doing nothing to me. We are just tearing these guys apart. Oh, yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. This will do the job. Yeah, you just try it. Look at that. It's doing caulking. Okay, it's doing a tiny bit. But really not much. Like, it's not doing much at all. Okay, that guy's punching me. That's doing a lot more. Maybe stay a bit further back. We don't want to be, like, you know, punched to death by these guys. That would be... Oh, hang on. Take out this guy. Take out this guy. Take out you. Lovely. You're just going around there. I'm really sorry that you ended up dead. But I swear, I will finish your noble mission to deal with these guys. And now, I don't have to lie to the chieftain upstairs. When he says his eye slipped dead, I can say yes. Yes, he is. Oh, and bloody hell, I'm kind of glad you're dead all of a sudden. Because you had a really good ring on you. Willpower 10 points. Magicka 75 points. Which basically means that's the same as the Mentor's ring. But yeah, it's giving me 75 Magicka, not 10 intelligence. And that's got to be better, presumably. So, as shocking as it is, I've finally found something I want to put on more than the Mentor's ring. Except hilariously, thanks to the fact that yes, my intelligence is getting multiplied out by this robe. If I put the Mentor's ring back on in place of that, hang on. No, that's genuinely much better with this robe on. Never mind, it turns out, yes, the Mentor's ring gets to stay. Though if I take the robe off, then yeah, without that ridiculous intelligence multiplier, we're at 327 with a Mentor's ring, and 302 with his ring. So, never mind, the Mentor's ring apparently remains undefeated. Still, without him to worry about, the remaining Frost Atronachs are very easy to take care of, just by, you know, pelting them with Ember Storm. Beautiful. Just hit them with that. Stand back. The job is flipping done. Speaking of which, I've been, yes, around and around this cave. I'm pretty sure every single McGibble is dead. But the journal hasn't updated, but then again, it kind of makes sense it wouldn't update, because it's no longer an active quest to kill them all. Because the guy who gave me the quest to kill them all is himself dead. But I'm pretty sure they are all dead, and therefore, I've saved the world and whatnot. Still, quick rest before we go outside, no. So we're healed, thank you. This cave is now bloody hell 48 hours. You know what, that does make sense, because when I'm wearing this robe, presumably, yes, it takes a lot longer to restore all my mana, that's fair. Though it's currently 2 PM, so right, put the nice not evil robe back on, thank you. Okay, minor issue. Back up top here, the giant mysterious flames are still occurring. I feel like in many ways I'm not going to believe I've done an amazing job here, given the lake is still very much on fire. Okay, but Corster's still nearby, so I can confirm A-Slip is dead, and on top of that, yes, I did defeat the demons he was guarding. Hopefully anyway, like no one was there to verify it, but I went through those caverns twice just for safety, and I definitely took out the ones I could say. But based on all video game logic, having completed 3 trials of loyalty, wisdom and strength, that should be everything the guy wants me to do. I should now officially be a proper member of your society, okay? And that means, hopefully, you can finally help me out with this whole business of where Captain What's-His-Face from the fort might have been taken. You've returned from the lake and continue to surprise me, Arya. I have matters to attend to. We'll speak again soon. That I promise you. Okay. So apparently, he's just not willing to... Oh! Please, you must help. The village is under attack by... Oh! I was expecting, a pat on the back and maybe a nice chess piece or something. But instead, oh dear. It's time for an actual confrontation with werewolves. And right now, literally all we know is they're capable of tearing down the stone walls of Imperial forts. So, okay, these guys are going to be a nightmare. Got it. Just be ready with the healing sandwiches. Oh, I like how you can hear tearing or roaring sounds outside before you even go through the door. That's delightful. So, okay, how we going? Hello, hi. How tough are you guys, by the way? And okay, they hit really, really, really cocky bloody hard. Gotcha. Okay, I've got a plan, which is 1, we heal using all the potions at the same time, and then what we do is we get up high. Okay, I'm guessing they don't have projectiles. They're down on the ground. So if we're flying above them with some levitation, there's not much they're going to be able to do. So, right, just do some of that. And it was a good plan right up to the point where they killed me immediately. Right, let's try this again, but this time we just float up to the rooftop. Beautiful. Now, okay, the problem now is, how precisely we're going to deal with these guys when my most powerful skills are, big area things, and the skull is standing right next to them. Right, just use sparking up the wrong tray, because that's okay on power, but it's got no splash on it. So, just line that up, and don't get stuck on the roof, John. Just put that in that direction, and there we go. We're hitting you. We're hitting you again. So, okay, we are doing a naffle. But to be honest, the Skull Warriors are doing a great job. And if they all end up dead, like how several people over here are just not getting involved. And John, don't... Uh-oh. Just fell off the roof. But luckily, they don't seem particularly interested in me. So I'm just going to stay back here and basically toss sparkles at them. And the Skull are doing the job. You know what? The Skull are doing the job just fine. Like, the Skull themselves are barely getting involved at this point. The Odegaard are doing a great job. Just stay at the back. And I am so sorry. Oh, they're not bigger problems for you guys to be dealing with right now than one bit of accidental friendly fire. There is literally a werewolf loose in your society right now. But apparently, you're more concerned with... Oh, bloody hell. Willing to pay the gold. Okay, there we go. You're now free to go. Excellent. I'm glad we took care of that highly important business immediately, though. One of the werewolves is now de-aggroed. Because... Hello? Can we speak to you? at this point. And oh no, he's realised. What do you mean a crime's been reported? He was a werewolf. You guys were murdering werewolves just 2 seconds ago. There's werewolf corpses behind you. I think possibly that werewolf, when it became like a neutral, suddenly became like livestock in the village or something, because, well, this is all deeply cocking weird. I am willing to pay the cruelty to werewolf fine, okay? That's a-okay. It concerns me. My carry weight is now down to 4 to 8. What precisely did I have on me that was stolen that you've taken off me? Because I don't know what you've just taken off me. And oh dear, one of them's in the Great Hall, so I need to take care of that. I'm not sure I'm capable of taking care of that. Like, you guys were doing a good job. Are you sure you don't just want to keep doing this? Right, in we go. Oh, bloody hell, there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them, that's not good, but one of them goes down. Okay, they hit bloody hard. But so do I. Okay. Last 2 go down. Yeah, that's the Skull Honor Guard. It concerns me. Hang on. Hang on. Where's the Chieftain gone? Oh, I was just looking around, and I've just leveled up from, you know, jumping about looking for him. It concerns me that, yes, the Chieftain's gone. Because that's now 2 societies in a row where their leader went mysteriously missing during a werewolf attack. Oh, and that's not the only news either. Outside, I've used my magic to detect the infection these beasts leave in their wake. You, my friend, have been infected. It seems innocent enough at first, as some weakness perhaps, and sometimes the effects are hardly noticeable. But in 3 days' time, the victim becomes a werewolf himself. It's a fate I would not wish on my greatest foe. During those 3 days, though, a simple cure disease spell can stop the infection. I beg you to do this. Until then, I cannot allow you to be part of our community, maybe infecting others. When you've been cured, I hope you'll return to us. So, right, I could cure myself right now if I wanted to. But alternatively, what if I didn't? What if I became a werewolf? Because I am very suspicious that, yes, what may be going on here is the werewolves, or wherever they're located, they've kidnapped multiple community leaders. Because what they want to do is turn them into werewolves. Alright, if the leader of the Scala and the leader of the local Imperials are both werewolves, okay, that means at that point the werewolves have control over literally every organised group on this island. So logically, if I wanted to, you know, track down the werewolves, etc., etc., becoming a werewolf would be a good way to do it. This is just a good solid avenue of investigation, damn it. Still, I would say, having apparently become infected myself, how about we call it a punt there? But next time, right, we need to allow 3 days to pass so I can become a werewolf. And that's absolutely fine, because I received a note that said, yes, I need to go and see Carnius, as the first phase of construction at Raven Rock is probably complete. So, okay, we're going back to Raven Rock to do some more work for those guys, and then, oh yeah, in 3 days, I suspect something very, very interesting is about to happen. So hopefully you join me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerds, and this has been Morrowind. Thank you very much, and goodbye. So okay, I've been outwitted by a butterfly and beaten up by a fish.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
I didn't steal anything! I'm sorry, I touched the shoes while I was shoe shopping. Okay, I feel like I may have just, walked in on something. What about this person? Can we talk to this person?